Thank you, Pam. That was a wonderful presentation. We have a lot to be happy about, a lot to be proud about. For those of you that I haven't met yet, my name is Bob Coughlin. In my real life, I'm president and CEO of MassBio, which is a biotech trade association. We represent over 1,100 organizations that all do research, not just here in Massachusetts, but around the world. For those of you who don't know, Massachusetts is the best place in the world for drug discovery, research, therapeutics. If you look at cutting edge things like gene therapy and gene modification and exon skipping, all this stuff that I really have no business talking about, we're the best place in the world for it. And I have the pleasure of doing that for my real job. But I'm not here tonight in that role. I do work with a lot of companies that are trying to solve every single known unmet medical need known to humankind. But I'm here tonight as a CF dad. Christine and I have how old is he, 15 now? It's tough keeping up with these kids. Bobby's 15 years old now, and we've lived through this. We walk the walk. We do the same thing as all the families here. Let's have a show of hands of how many CF families are here. Just wave if you're a CF family. Well, welcome. We are family. And I think what makes this community so amazing and where we are here in Massachusetts so amazing, because we do have an amazing community. We have CF families in the audience. Show of hands, how many folks work in research and discovery, work for these amazing companies that are trying to cure this illness and create new therapies for this illness? Show of hands. How many companies? Look at that. For the record, you guys are actually my favorites because you pay my salary, so thank you for that. Now, we already talked about the caregivers, but a show of hands for nurses, doctors, therapists, all these amazing people that go to work every day in the provider world and help our families and help our loved ones and keep our loved ones with CF alive. How about a show of hands for you folks? Because you truly are angels, and we love you. Now, to the rest of you that are here tonight, folks that don't work at the companies, may not work as a provider, that don't work for the CF Foundation and aren't biologically related to somebody with CF, you're a lot of the people that are getting awards tonight because you're the true heroes. You're the people that we're here to really celebrate and thank because you got out there and you helped raise money. I've been coming to these meetings for 15 years. Christina and I reminisce. When we drive home from these meetings 15 years ago, we'd cry because we were sad. The news wasn't great. But because of the money that's been raised, and because of the people who've, like you, the heroes, that have worked so hard to raise money, invest in the CF Foundation, who are able to invest in our own pipeline of future therapies, look at where we are today. And we're so close. We're in a day and age where people are actually using the C word, curative. This is crazy. So I just want to really set the tone and have everyone in this room realize how much we appreciate you and how far we've come. CF, we say great strides. Jesus, we made great strides. So I think that's a great way to start the evening. I don't even know where I was going with that. I have ADD, wicked freaking bad. But I just wanted to say it, and Pam says, you got the mic. Well, guess what? I got the mic. I'm going to say whatever I want. I used to be a politician. I'm 11 years in recovery, but I still love a microphone. And I'll tell you, best 11 years of my life, being a politician sucks. Okay? This is so much better. But let me get back to the point. I want to start with our first award. Let me give you a little background about Jennifer and Chris Black. Jennifer and Chris have played an essential role for the CF Foundation since the year 2005. They helped launch and sponsor CF Awareness Day at the Massachusetts State House. That's when I first got to meet Jennifer, when she came into my office in the legislature and said, let's do a CF Awareness Day. And we're so glad we did that. They've been consistent fundraisers for great strides through their Family Walk team. They currently serve on the Uncork the Cure committee. I think it's because Chris just really loves wine. And they've taken their commitment to new heights with the Extreme Hike in 2016. They serve as guest speakers at CF events, an advocate for CF patients and families on Beacon Hill. And to honor the community Chris and Jennifer secured a generous grant from the Francis Pugh Hayes Family Foundation to support the annual dinner. Jennifer will now present the Francis Pugh Hayes Family Foundation Hope in Action Award to a couple who embodies Franny's desire to give. Our 2017 award winner not only gives from the heart, but he inspires others to give from the heart as well. So please welcome me in joining Jennifer Black to the stage for this award.
So where do I begin with Charlie Tufts? Driven, steadfast, tenacious. Pretty good words that embody him. For the past 5 years, Charlie has been a tour de force, driven by his motivation to build the CF community and his perseverance to succeed in his own personal battle. Like many others, Great Strides was his first foray into fundraising and becoming involved with the CF Foundation. In 2014, Charlie became interested in holding an event that might bring in his peers and friends. So what better idea than a fall ball tournament, with maybe some beers involved too. He recruited his family and a few friends, put the event together in September of 2014, and had a very successful first-time fundraising event. He raised about $6,500. So not willing to rest on his laurels, he took his initial success and built upon it. And together with his brother, sisters, cousins, and good friends, he began planning for the next several years. And each of these years over the last 5, he has exceedingly surpassed his fundraising from the years prior. From $6,500 in 2014 to $11,000 in 2015 to $58,000 in 2016. And wait for it. In 2017, his tournament was sold out way before it was scheduled to take place in September. In fact, he got 20 teams, hundreds of participants, and stretched the limits of Moakley Park in Southie. And all of them, with Charlie's leadership, raised $90,000. To date, this little idea of getting a few friends together for a fall ball tournament has raised more than $175,000 in a short 4 years. Charlie exemplifies how one person can be an influential force to fight CF. He is also now on his own drive to survive. Shortly after this $90,000 CF softball tournament, and right before Thanksgiving, he was admitted to the hospital. His health has been declining, and he has only had a brief reprieve of 18 hours on Christmas Day. He's at Mass General. Thank you, Mass General. Where he celebrated his 31st birthday last month and is waiting for a lung transplant. Charlie has been in our thoughts and prayers for several months, and we wish he could be here tonight as we honor him and his amazing contributions to the CF cause. He is a vivid reminder that we are not done, and we won't be done until we find a cure for every single person living with CF. Thankfully, Charlie's longtime high school friend and right-hand woman, Nicole Corcoran, is here with us tonight to accept this award on Charlie's behalf. In every step of the way, Nicole has been his partner for the CF softball tournament. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Nicole to the stage to accept the Hope in Action Award for the indelible Charlie Tufts.
this honor. I am honored to accept this on behalf of Charlie tonight. Charlie's been a big part of my life since I met him 15 years ago in high school. We were actually introduced one night at a party. Mom and Dad, that was a sleepover at a friend's house watching a movie. But when I met Charlie, we quickly discovered that we lived very similar lives, which was living with cystic fibrosis. For anyone here who has had the chance to meet Charlie, you are very lucky. He's always the life of the party, admittedly, probably sometimes a little too much life at the party, but that's why we all love him. He lights up any room he walks into, followed by some witty or sassy comment, and he is just the type of personality that everyone wants to be around. And that's why he has such a huge network of friends and family. Everyone in Charlie's life would drop anything to help him out. And that's exactly what happened over the last 4 years while we grew this tournament to what it is today. I do have to give an extra special thank you to Charlie and my friends and families who are here tonight. Each of you have put in 110% effort to make this day, and we cannot thank each of you enough. I remember Charlie called me 4 or 5 years ago saying that he wanted to put together this softball tournament fundraiser as a CF fundraiser. And I thought, oh, that's a great idea, totally. What do you want me to do? So we spread the word to our friends and family. We got a few teams together. It was a perfect September day. We raised some money, we had a lot of fun, and most importantly, spread awareness of CF. Each year, we continue to set our goals higher and higher for this fundraiser. Charlie had a power team of planners. There were months of email chains and conference calls and just brainstorming on how we can make this tournament bigger and better each year. This past year, we started planning about 7 months out. There were over 600 attendees, 20 teams, and as said before, we raised $90,000. This tournament has become something that we never thought possible. Cumulative donations, again, as we said before, over $170,000. And that's not even including we got food donated every year, raffle prizes, gift cards, endless donations that made this day just awesome. It's really amazing what Charlie has been able to build over the years. And we can also truly say that we've made an impact on the CF world. So this award and this night of recognition couldn't have come in a better time. As we know, everyone involved with CF is still riding the high of the most recent FDA approval from Vertex. And these developments are a direct result of what we fight for and raise money for at the softball tournament and what every person in this room fights for. The now 3 approved drugs and the great things to come in the pipeline have really changed patients' lives. There are people who would not be alive today without these advances in these drugs. So, however, we cannot stop here. There are too many patients like Charlie who are still battling the horrors of this disease. So our CF community will continue to fight this disease, and I can't wait to continue fundraising with what I've told Charlie is Charlie 2.0, which is post-lung transplant, when he'll be back to his witty old self, cracking jokes and just giving everyone a hard time. And with that, I can't wait for the day when, instead of celebrating a successful softball tournament, we'll be celebrating a cure.
Isn't she amazing? Let Charlie know. Yeah, stand up for her. That's great. I'll tell you. Thank you, Nicole. And please, make sure Charlie knows that we're all pulling for him. We're all here. We're all in this together. And he's going to do just great. He's so lucky to have an amazing friend like you. A partner in crime, it sounds like. It's wonderful.